both. And unfortunately, Hugh does not qualify as either of those. But I am excited because I'm a Logan fan. So. And then, that covers Will Ferrell as well. That's a guy that my entire life, I feel.
What happens when Hollywood's brightest stars find themselves entangled in a labyrinth of secrets, legal battles, and backstage power struggles that threaten to upend everything we thought we knew about stardom? In a world where glamour meets grit and every whispered conversation can spark controversy, a once promising film adaptation has transformed into a battleground for ambition, betrayal, and an all-out fight for creative control. Today's story isn't just about a movie. It's a deep dive into the raw human drama behind the glitzy facade, where leaked texts, hushed phone calls, and confidential emails reveal a complex web of personal rivalries and professional ambitions that has left even the most dedicated fans questioning everything. It all began with a film project envisioned as a heartfelt adaptation of a beloved narrative, a venture destined to evoke deep emotion and showcase the transformative power of cinema. In its early days, the project radiated hope and artistic passion, promising to capture hearts and challenge conventional storytelling. The creative vision was bold and ambitious, calling on a celebrated director and marquee talents to bring an inspiring tale to life. Yet as production progressed, the atmosphere began to shift. What initially appeared to be minor creative differences quickly escalated into a full-blown clash of egos and ambitions, setting the stage for a dramatic unraveling behind closed doors. In the hushed corridors of the studio, subtle tensions emerged between the director and the star-studded cast. Behind the scenes, what was once a promising collaboration morphed into a contest for influence and control. The early excitement gave way to a growing sense of unease, as whispered disagreements and offhand remarks hinted at deeper personal conflicts. The once united vision of the project was splintering as each key player began to assert their own agenda. No one could have predicted that these initial sparks of discord would ignite a chain reaction, plunging the entire production into chaos and setting the stage for an explosive confrontation that would captivate the public's imagination. As insiders later revealed, the production environment was anything but harmonious. Confidential communications, disjointed text messages and private emails never meant for public consumption began to surface. These leaked exchanges hinted at an atmosphere rife with ambition, mounting pressure, and an insatiable desire to control every aspect of the film. Accusations soon emerged of behavior that stretched beyond mere creative differences. Claims of harassment, power plays, and undue influence painted a picture of a workplace where personal agendas were pursued at any cost. Each leaked message added another layer of complexity.
But I was just tracking him down, and then I finally got to read the script, and the script was a thriller. So that was a little confusing to me because he's such a funny director.
Yeah.
And so I said, what is this? Because the script is definitely a twisting, turning, intense thriller. Is it a comedy or a thriller? And he said, yes. So then every day on set, I was is today a comedy or is it a thriller?
It's a good mix
and
of both.
It's really kind of over the top and campy and trashy and fun and kind of like my outfit, I guess.
Suggesting that behind the polished public personas lay a bitter struggle for dominance that threatened to derail the entire project. As the whispers of discord grew louder, the legal battleground quickly emerged as the next stage for this unfolding drama. Lawsuits were filed with an intensity that underscored the high stakes at play. Both sides claimed victimhood, insisting that the other had overstepped professional boundaries and jeopardized not only the film's future but also their personal reputations. The courtroom soon transformed into a theater of dramatic confrontations, where every text message, email, and offhand remark was scrutinized for evidence of misconduct. The legal filings were not merely about settling scores. They became an all-out battle for the soul of the project, a fight to control the narrative and determine who would ultimately have the final say in the film's destiny. Outside the sterile walls of the courtroom, the media seized upon every emerging detail with relentless fervor. Sensational headlines exploded across newspapers and online outlets, while social media platforms buzzed with heated debates and speculative analyses. Fans who had once admired the effortless charm and humor of their favorite stars were suddenly forced to confront a more complicated reality, one where the pristine images meticulously crafted by publicists were slowly cracking under the weight of scandal. The disconnect between the carefully managed public personas and the raw, unfiltered truth behind closed doors became impossible to ignore. Every new court filing, every leaked conversation, deepened the mystery and divided the public, as long-standing loyalties were questioned and fresh alliances formed in the echo chamber of controversy. But the ramifications of this scandal extended far beyond the immediate fallout on the film project. Major studios, known for their finely tuned public images and multi-million-dollar franchises, began to feel the tremors of the unfolding drama. Executives in boardrooms across Hollywood were gripped by anxiety as rumors of internal strife, creative sabotage, and the unchecked influence of celebrity power raised serious concerns. The disruption was not limited to a single project. It threatened to upend lucrative partnerships and jeopardize the very business models that had long defined the industry. Investors started to question whether the relentless pursuit of star power was worth the potential risk, and some even speculated that this scandal could mark a turning point in how Hollywood managed talent and sensitive productions. At the center of this turbulent storm was a power couple, once celebrated for their seamless chemistry, quick wit, and the magnetic aura they projected both on and off screen. Their relationship, which had been a beacon of hope and stability for millions of fans, was now coming under intense scrutiny. Once admired for their apparent balance of personal affection and professional ambition, the couple now found themselves caught in the crossfire of a public relations nightmare. Leaked messages hinted at private arguments and unresolved tensions that had been hidden behind carefully choreographed public appearances. The relentless media scrutiny, combined with the invasive leak of their personal communications, exposed vulnerabilities that neither glamour nor celebrity status could conceal. What had once been seen as an unbreakable bond was now showing signs of strain, a stark reminder that even the most powerful partnerships can falter under the weight of constant public attention. As the legal proceedings advanced, industry experts began to speculate about the broader implications of the scandal. Was this an isolated incident?
The idea that people think that they know you, I think because of how intrusive media is these days, people care so much more about your personal life than they do your work, and if you aren't open with your personal life, then they just make it up for you and share it for you.
A series of unfortunate events born out of a single project? Or did it represent a larger, systemic issue within Hollywood? Some insiders argued that the dispute was symptomatic of a new era in the entertainment industry, one where the once opaque world of filmmaking was now forced into the harsh light of public accountability. The relentless pace of digital news and the unyielding scrutiny of social media had transformed every private moment into a public spectacle, and the traditional boundaries between personal life and professional endeavors were rapidly dissolving. In this brave new world, even the most revered figures were not immune to the disruptive forces of modern technology and relentless public opinion. Amid the chaos of legal battles and media spin, there were moments of unexpected poignancy that hinted at a deeper, more human story beneath the scandal. Brief flashes of camaraderie emerged between colleagues, reminders of the days when creative collaboration flowed freely and the vision for the film was driven by a mutual love of the craft. In quiet corners of the set and behind the scenes, some cast members recalled moments of genuine connection and shared laughter, a time when the magic of filmmaking had united them rather than divided them. These recollections, though now tinged with a sense of nostalgia and regret, underscored a central truth: that even in the midst of intense conflict, the desire to create something meaningful could never be completely extinguished. They served as a bittersweet counterpoint to the relentless legal and personal battles, suggesting that redemption and healing might still be possible if the wounds of the past could one day mend. Yet as the project's future hung in the balance, the uncertainty only deepened. Legal experts predicted that the drama was far from over, with more subpoenas, additional lawsuits, and fresh waves of confidential revelations likely on the horizon. Each new court filing and leaked message added yet another twist to the already convoluted narrative, raising further questions about who would ultimately emerge victorious in the struggle for creative control. The public was left to wonder, could the intricate web of legal and personal battles ever be unraveled, or were the forces at play too deeply entrenched to allow for any semblance of resolution? The narrative was still being written, and every day brought new developments that threatened to upend the carefully constructed images of Hollywood's elite. The fallout from this scandal has forced the entire industry to re-examine its values and practices. For studios and production companies, the incident served as a harsh lesson in the dangers of unchecked celebrity influence and the need for transparent, ethical management of creative projects. It prompted a wave of internal reviews and policy changes designed to safeguard against similar incidents in the future.
Well, I actually knew of the film before I knew of Colleen's book, which is, so I know a unique entry point, but I think because I just have 1,000 children, I, have missed all of pop culture, and her significant impact in the world of books. I mean, so many of her books are on the New York Times bestseller. I mean, it's crazy.
The scandal not only exposed the vulnerabilities of individual reputations but also called into question the very foundations of how major film projects were managed. Could a production survive the internal strife caused by personal ambitions clashing with collective creative vision? Or would the relentless pressure of public opinion and legal scrutiny force a complete rethinking of industry practices? These questions continue to reverberate through boardrooms and industry conferences, signaling that the impact of this scandal may be felt for years to come. Amid all the turbulence, the personal toll of the scandal remains the most poignant aspect of the story. Fame, with all its glitter and allure, comes at a high price, a price measured in moments of private despair and the crushing burden of public expectation. For the power couple at the heart of the scandal, the relentless barrage of media attention and the invasive leak of personal communications have exposed a side of their relationship that few had ever seen. Once the epitome of Hollywood romance, their partnership now faces the challenge of reconciling private struggles with the expectations of a public that demands perfection. The stress of living under a microscope, where every misstep is magnified and every private word dissected, has taken a heavy toll on their personal lives. The challenges they face are not merely the result of external pressures, but also the internal battle to maintain their sense of self amid the relentless glow of fame. This crisis has also ignited a broader debate about the true nature of celebrity and the price of stardom. In an age where every detail of a public figure's life is scrutinized and shared instantaneously across global networks, the line between personal vulnerability and public persona becomes increasingly blurred. The scandal forces us to confront uncomfortable questions. How much of what we see on screen is an authentic reflection of the person behind the image? And to what extent does the relentless pursuit of perfection in the public eye strip away the very humanity that makes us relatable? The answers are far from simple, and the debate continues to evolve as more revelations come to light. In the end, the struggle to balance personal authenticity with the demands of fame remains one of the most enduring challenges of modern celebrity. In the midst of the legal wrangling and the public spectacle, there are also lessons to be learned about the power of resilience and the possibility of redemption. Some insiders suggest that the very controversies that threaten to destroy careers could, in time, serve as a catalyst for profound personal and professional transformation.
We always tease each other. He was, after I gave birth, he was like, oh my gosh, if I lost you and I, went to the park with our 3 kids, I mean, think of the ladies I can. This is a horrible thing to say. And he's like, I've got a long list. And I was like, oh, really? Because I just have one on my list. Oh. I don't have anyone on my list.
And then it wasn't funny anymore.
No, it's so much more of a burn. He's like, wait, who? And I was like,
and he's guessing.
Think of someone. Bob Newhart, I don't know.
History has shown that even the most devastating scandals can eventually give way to periods of renewal, if the individuals involved are willing to confront their shortcomings, make amends, and rebuild their relationships with both the public and themselves. This idea of redemption is not just a narrative device, it is a reflection of the universal human experience. In the world of Hollywood, where every triumph is celebrated and every failure scrutinized, the possibility of personal growth and renewal serves as a beacon of hope amid the darkness of scandal. As we continue to witness this unfolding saga, the future remains shrouded in uncertainty. With each new legal filing, every leaked message, and every sensational headline, the narrative takes on new twists that defy easy explanation. The stakes are higher than ever, and the outcome of this long-drawn battle will undoubtedly have far-reaching implications, not only for the individuals involved but for the entire fabric of Hollywood itself. The question that lingers is whether this crisis will ultimately lead to lasting change in an industry that has long been dominated by star power and carefully guarded secrets. Will the painful lessons learned from this scandal pave the way for a more transparent, accountable future? Or will the forces of ambition and public spectacle continue to undermine the very principles of creativity and integrity? In this era of relentless digital scrutiny and instantaneous news cycles, every private moment is transformed into public fodder. The transformation of personal strife into a public spectacle has become an inescapable reality for those in the spotlight, and the consequences of this dynamic are far-reaching. The scandal we've examined is not an isolated incident but rather a microcosm of a larger cultural shift, one in which the boundaries between private life and public persona are continuously eroded by the demands of an ever-connected world. This new reality challenges us to reconsider how we define success, authenticity, and the true cost of fame in a society where every secret is only a click away from being exposed. As we invite you to join the conversation and reflect on these questions, remember that every whispered secret, every legal battle, and every personal sacrifice is part of a larger tapestry, one that weaves together the stories of ambition, vulnerability, and ultimately, redemption. In a world where the pursuit of fame and fortune is often intertwined with the harsh realities of public scrutiny, the true measure of success may well be found in the courage to face our own imperfections and strive for something more meaningful.
And being frank, if it were not for women giving me direct feedback in my own personal life and being a man who was willing to at least listen to them, there's no chance that I would be having this conversation. So the message, to answer your question, the message is very simple. As men, we need to embrace all of the parts of us that make us human. That's it.
It is.
It's very simple.
So, as we stand on the precipice of what may be one of the most consequential chapters in modern Hollywood history, let us not simply be passive observers of the spectacle. Instead, let us use this moment to reflect on our own values, to question the nature of celebrity, and to recognize that behind every headline is a human story, a story of dreams, disappointments, and the unwavering hope that even in the darkest of times, the possibility of renewal and redemption remains. In the end, the unfolding drama is a powerful reminder that the journey toward truth and personal growth is never easy. It is a path marked by setbacks, fraught with challenges, and illuminated by moments of unexpected grace. As we watch this saga continue to evolve, we are reminded that the true cost of fame is not measured solely by public adoration or material success, but by the willingness to confront our deepest truths and to forge a path toward a future where authenticity and compassion triumph over scandal and pretense. Join the conversation, share your thoughts, and reflect on the hidden struggles behind the glittering facade of Hollywood. For it is only by understanding the full scope of this complex narrative that we can hope to appreciate the delicate balance between ambition and integrity, a balance that, in the end, defines not just the stars on the screen, but the very essence of our shared human experience.